What's up, guys? This is Dave from The Disorderly, joined once again by the illustrious Andrew Volpe to discuss the calamity, I guess, that is Avengers Infinity War. Just an absolute mishmash nightmare mess of just insanity. So,
Wow, you are just guns blazing out the gate. Damn.
well, it's just, I went to, just if you're listening to this, you don't know, I live in like the Los Angeles area. Mr. Volpe lives in the greater Washington, D.C., East Coast area. And, going to a movie out here is a nightmare, dude. I mean, it is, I went Thursday night out to try to see it. What didn't happen. They had 3 different showings with people lined up around the theater. They had posts like, that's the line. Everything's sold out, but that's the line of people waiting to go in for the free-for-all seating. And then that's the 7:30 line. That's the 7:45 line. That's the 8 o'clock line. I'm like, I'm trying to go with a human woman who's like, oh, no. Oh, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? So, like, Ash is not down for that. You know what I mean? And nor am I. You know what I mean? Pushing into our 30s here now, you're just not into it anymore. You know what I mean?
It's like I can't hang anymore. I just don't have the endurance and too old, man.
Well, not only that, but just it's almost a little bit of a self-respect thing for me, where I'm like, you know what, man? Because I'm not jazzed for this. It's kind of like I gotta go see it because it's Avengers. Like, you just gotta go see it. It's like, oh, it's a Marvel movie. It's just.
Well, I think we're.
Well,
I think we're finally at the point where the Marvel movies, like, I started to realize with this one is like, oh shit, Marvel is starting to hit like Star Wars levels of people are camping out in tents to get tickets for events like this.
Right. No, I didn't realize either. I was like, oh, whatever. They'll have a showing every 15 minutes, whatever. We'll be fine. We'll just rock into one, crappy seats or whatever. I go back Friday night, try to do it again. Nope. Just a nightmare. I had to go to a different theater, had to go to a small university theater at and just join, the fracas there. And it was very strange because it was like a crappy independent, but I saw It Follows there and I was like, oh, this is fine, whatever. And so
yeah, but that's not where you want to see a big action-packed popcorn flick with, right?
I don't care at this point.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was fine.
Well,
you know what I mean?
So did you end up going by yourself or with Ash?
No. Yeah, I had to drag Ash to this mess. You know what I mean? So
okay, see, that was my thing. Is like, I didn't have as much trouble getting into it this weekend, but I've taken to, like, if a movie is going to be like clearly the biggest movie of the year, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get an early showing, but I'm just going to go by myself. So I don't have, because I got actually got the best seat in the house. It wasn't a handicap seat, but it was like right next to that like middle handicap seat aisle. And so I had plenty of room and I was like front and center. All the speakers were hitting me at the right points and everything like that. So, there's something to, just, it kind of sucks because you do miss that social element a little bit, but it definitely makes things a little less complicated.
So it's overrated. You know what I mean? The social element is severely overrated. So, we saw it. I mean, second day, third theater, managed to see it, and you're sitting down, and you're like, all right, let's go. So we're gonna, is nothing sacred anymore? I mean, my God, I'm scrolling through headlines.
We should. We should immediately say like all spoilers out on the table because there's like no way to discuss this. And that's the other thing is this like this is definitely a movie you want to see within the first 3 days of opening weekend because like goddamn it was like even if people weren't actually saying anything on social media, they're like, oh geez,
well, this is no, this is a nightmare. And Marvel, I blame Marvel and Disney for this nightmare.
I gotta say, I'm definitely way more positive on the movie than you, but I'm interested to hear your take on this. Hold on.
So my whole thing. Sorry, our door just opened. That's why you hear a ding. No worries. Ash just returned home, so she's my dog is going to go crazy. No, so I blame. I hate what they did. I hate the whole campaign. They've created this.
Are you talking about the whole 10 years Infinity Stone build-up?
No. The set an incredible high expectation and then put out all these stories and put out and just feed the nerd people like us that are just like, we'll just, any little tidbit of a hint is a headline now, and but they stoked the flames, dude. They stoked it so hard, with the, hey man, no single actor has read the entire script. Spider-Man Tom Holland doesn't know who he's fighting in this scene. He admits, just the nightmarish, like, crazy secrecy that they've, that they pretended to kind of do and uphold, and then the whole hashtag Thanos demand your silence, don't do the spoilers, this whole thing. I'm just like, and then you go, and let's get into it. Spoilers, baby. Full spoilers. We don't have time for a spoiler free. We're out there living. So, I mean, just
also, if you're not going to see this, if you're listening to this, you've either gone to see the movie, or what you're getting into at this point.
No, yeah, this big. Screw the innocent. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
Whenever you're listening to this, you've had your days. I'm sorry. And this is the world we live in now, where it's like, screw the innocent. You know what I mean? Like, you're just, full spoilers, burp, burp, spoilers, whatever. And, it's just, I absolutely just was, I think my one word review tweet, trash. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
I just...
Well, so is this just general Marvel fatigue, or is this like, what were you hoping for with this?
What I was hoping for was death. Grim death.
I mean,
multiple
before
death.
You saw the movie,
Permadeath.
what was your best case scenario? Like, if I was going to do this movie, what would you have wanted to see?
If you were going to make it?
No, if you, as in,
me?
Okay, I'm going to because...
What are you? You're babbling, sir. I don't want to make this movie. I just want it to not be what it was, which was...
Well...
All right, go ahead.
Well, my thing was, it felt like, it felt like a big comic book event. They definitely... The thing is, it's like, Marvel's gonna do, like, I think theoretically their goal is to just be the best interpretation of the comic books, their own comic books possible.
What are you talking about? They don't interpret their own comics well.
Well, what are you talking about? I feel like they it's pretty close to it. I mean, it is hokey.
Well,
and
what was
kind of
Civil War? Was that close to the comics?
I mean, when it comes to actual details...
Listen to this backspin, ladies and gentlemen. Look at them.
No.
Backpedaling, and hear you backpedaling.
Tonally, like, I mean, the basic idea of Civil War still came across the same way. Yes, different things happened. Like, I'm not as big of a stickler. Like, it's cool to change some of the mythology around if you're adapting stuff. Also, like, to keep people guessing. But I'm not, like, so long as the feel of it is still the same. Right. And I felt like it, yes, it was basically 2.5 hours of set pieces and dudes punching each other in spandex, but that's what you signed up for.
And the
ladies. Plenty of ladies. And, there was some, and I will say, like, yes, it is kind of like a big, dumb... kind of it's a comic book movie, which I know is like, I hate when people say that, but like this feels like a comic book movie, and they throw in some stuff that is fairly dark for a big popcorn movie. It's people give Marvel a shit for doing the same thing over and over again, and this did feel like kind of a natural escalation of all the stuff they're building towards. Like you kind of get the sense that they are like getting ready to, send some of the characters off, like they've had their time. Like Captain America is definitely, not making it back after the next one.
No, that's the best you can hope for, or that's the you know what I mean? Like, he may or may not survive the one in a year and a half. Like, oh, cool, thanks, stakes. We got nothing. There's no stakes in this movie. I mean, I thought it was so lame, dude. Just so lame. And just getting right down to it. You know what I mean?
Well, the stakes are what do you want for stakes? It's literally all of existence, right? Isn't that a lot of stakes?
Not really.
And
as long as I have a Spider-Man Homecoming sequel coming.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is obvious that they're going to come back, but it is kind of nice. Like, it, and the way they did it, like them all turning into ash, that was kind of creepy in its own way. Yes, of course they're never going to kill it off, but you could say the same thing about the comic books. Like, every time a comic book ends and it's like, will Spider-Man get out of this one? He's probably going to get out of it, but you keep reading because, it's disposable fun. Not a ton of investment, but you still try to stick in some serious shit here and there.
I don't know, man. I was pretty bummed. Because I wanted to see, some of these characters have been around 10, 9, 8, 7 years, whatever, and I wanted to see them go out in a blaze of glory. I guess I'll have to wait to maybe see it, I guess, whatever, after this whole I can't handle another one of these campaigns.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You notice how they, like, all the people that happen to get, like, disapparated at the end.
Oh, yeah, no, it was funny how that works, right? With all the,
well, it was all the new characters, so, like, they're going to focus, like, they didn't really touch on, like, Captain America was barely in the movie, but, like, since, okay, we've gotten all these other characters out of the way, and they're kind of sidelined for most of the next movie, I assume, like, the next movie's going to focus probably mostly on Captain America and Iron Man, who are the two that are most likely to not make it out of the next one, I imagine. But, like, and that was the other thing, is this kind of played on the expectations of, like, probably what people were thinking going into it. Like, you think, okay, hey, Captain America and Iron Man might be the ones to not make it out, and, like, there's that one scene where it kind of looked like Iron Man was going to get it there for a second.
Classic fake out.
Well,
how did he get? How did he survive? He sprayed some spray into his wound.
I just assumed nanobots.
Nanobots now.
Yeah.
Just it's literal CGI. Yeah. I'm a CGI monster now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they got to kill Tony Stark off because I don't know how much more technologically advanced you can get. Like
every movie, everything with Gwyneth Paltrow. I was like, give me a Paltrow death at least.
Yeah,
I saw that headline run around. Rumor has it Paltrow dies. I'm like, all right.
I'm like, I super hope so. Are we talking real life? Or are we talking,
no, come on. Gwyneth is just a magic creature, walking these hills.
Are you a Goop fan?
Goop. No, you know what I mean? I'm not, but yeah.
Well, like, I was kind of disappointed because they seemed like they were going to get rid of her in Civil War or just write her out of the series. And when they brought her back, and I think it was Spider-Man, I was pretty disappointed because there's enough characters in it, and we don't need a Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, I don't think she really adds that much to the mix or whatever. So,
well, she just lets Tony Stark be like a snarky asshole to someone,
she's literally only there for romantic banter with him,
to be like a sounding board for his insanity and shit.
Yeah, but like that was great. 7 years ago when they were still doing Iron Man movies, but I don't really give a shit about it now that like New York's been destroyed like 10 times, and there's bigger things going on. She's
really basically Melinda Gates of the MCU. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I definitely get the sense that if they're like setting up, if part one of this 2-part movie, the beginning they're setting up like, oh, it's Tony Stark's wedding day, like. One of them is going to die, right?
I was just blow it up, baby, blow it up. Let's do it, baby. Let's move on to Phase 4. Let's get rid of all these old people.
Yeah.
Just get them on out. Let's start. You must destroy, rebuild, reconquer. What is that? Whatever that.
Yeah, it'll be nice that they change it up. Though I am kind of like I feel like the thing is I think one of the other reasons why I'm positive on this movie is because for all the characters and everything that they have in it, it doesn't feel like a total clustercluck. Like it definitely, it kind of has that Empire Strikes Back feel.
I've heard people throwing that out.
I know. But
how can you drop that on
in the sense that they split up all the characters that and they have them all doing.
I have so many grievances to air about this.
That is what they do.
Too many damn storylines, dude.
Yes,
how
I agree.
many storylines were there? Let's count them out. How many were there? Okay, so we had Tony,
Thor trying to get his hammer.
Oh my god. Okay, I forgot about that split. Okay, so you had Thor, Raccoon, and Groot, right? And then you had the second space team of
Guardians of
the Galaxy without Gamora, but with Tony and Spider-Man. And then you've got Gamora and Thanos, and then you've got Nebula running around out there. and then you've got the Earth group. That's almost everyone, and then
Wakanda,
right? And,
well, they're split up at first.
Converged
too.
with Vision and Scarlet Witch, right? So you've got just too many damn storylines going on.
But that's like what the my thing is. Like I was expecting this. Like I expected no less. Like
how many was
I thought
it?
It was
40 people or something. Like everyone, like that's the number I 40 stars
and
or something. Yeah.
And the thing is, you have to keep them all separate, because if you have them all in the same room, then it becomes a clusterfuck. Like, you can't bring them all together until the very end of the next movie, because then you can say, okay, we had 40 stars and spandex fighting a CGI creature, so we did it. And then if they're smart, they'll just be like, we're done, we're never doing this again. Like, let's just focus on smaller movies.
Well, what's crazy is, like, I thought that was the argument of why they didn't do a proper Civil War. Because it's just too many people, man. Oh, man. Can't have,
they had the lead up to, like,
remember when people
Civil
thought
War.
The airport scene was, like, crazy and big?
It was, and that's the thing, is it was, like, people, this is still relatively
Now we've got
new.
the Wakanda scene that you have to trump now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was pretty dope, I gotta say.
Listen, I have no problem with the action set pieces, any of that stuff, whatever, fine. Just too many damn things. And I don't know why, but it seemed to jump so sporadically. As soon as something was heating up and getting interesting, they smash cut to, like, Thanos standing on a cliff, and you're just like, ugh.
Right. Well, I mean, it's basically Thanos' movie. I was kind of surprised. I even though I think his motivation is still pretty dumb, I was surprised that I actually dug Thanos as, Josh.
I thought Brolin did a good job.
Brolin did a really good job.
Like, I could see Brolin in there. I could see his face. It just looked like a purple, bald Brolin.
I didn't read it like, I didn't feel like it was a CGI creature.
No. It wasn't like a Planet of the Apes monkey running around or something.
Yeah, but, like, I even more so, I was surprised how quickly I kind of started accepting him as a character.
Right, and sympathizing with him.
Yeah. Well, that was cool. I also didn't understand. I really liked that they had the whole flashback to him meeting Gamora, and kind of how that laid the foundation for the emotional Soul Stone scene. But I didn't get just why he, as a character who's killed, like, thousands upon millions and billions, why this one girl, like, was different than all the rest, and suddenly spoke to
another
him or
plot
whatever.
hole, another thing that wasn't explained.
And there's some things that you just kind of have to, like, take for shorthand and accept it, because then later when
because she balanced a knife, he loves her.
Yeah, like, that didn't make any sense.
Right.
But when he eventually had to kill her, that had a somewhat emotional payoff. I thought, it could have been a lot cheesier, and when he actually started crying, I was like, okay, I didn't expect to see Thanos do that. And somebody pointed out, I didn't notice it, but, like, in all the other movies that he's appeared in, it's, like, subtle, but I think people have said that they put a little, like, deepening effect on his voice, and in this one they didn't, so it kind of humanizes him more. I don't know. I gotta go back and I gotta go back and check it, but yeah, I thought that was cool. Like, he is basically the main character of the movie, and yeah, like, the whole killing half of humanity to save, or half of existence to save the other, it's almost, like, too simple and basic. It's, like, an interesting idea, I guess, but and it's enough for me to be like, okay, I can buy it that he's going on this journey for it. But
well, he certainly won Ash out over after living in Southern California for a few years. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Is that
better or worse than Hitler? Go.
Thanos.
Yeah.
I assume worse, because he's trying to kill more people.
Well, it's just a number. Hitler was just way more brutal.
More
Thanos
specific.
is random, which one can kind of appreciate. Ash did not want to participate in this podcast because her feelings about this issue were fairly strong. So she didn't want to say something she may come to regret. But yeah, no, she if you could make half of Southern California just disappear in the blink of an eye, she might really and not have to sit in 4 hours of traffic to get to somewhere that's 40 miles away. Yeah, I think she'd think about it.
Got to make sure she does not get her hands on the Infinity Gauntlet,
I mean, I've been really trying to make sure she doesn't get an Infinity oven mitt, you know what I mean? Speaking of the oven mitt, I think my brain came to a screeching halt when you see horrible. I mean, I respect the man greatly, but to see Peter Dinklage play the oafish, cartoonish, horrible giant dwarf character that he played, I was.
But you didn't. You didn't like the irony. You didn't like it. You get it because he's small in real life and he's big in the movie.
No, I get it.
It's so clever. It was okay. It was kind of like I definitely felt
his take was awful.
What?
Bro,
he
sounds like he's doing a bit on Saturday Night Live or something.
It does a little bit, and thankfully it's not a huge part of the movie.
Yeah, thank Christ.
I mean, like, I did have to admit, even though I liked that Thor plot, I did feel like that was kind of the most extraneous, like,
it was terrible.
That's the one part where it's kind of feeling the weight of the, okay, let's get back to the action kind of thing. But
how is he going to make himself a new thing that just is magic? Oh, Groot will help.
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't known that when I saw Groot toys and Avengers toys 3 months ago or whatever the hell else. Hey, why does he have a half wooden axe thing? Oh, I guess thanks, toys. You know what I mean? That was terrible. I mean, I just at no point are you like, oh, gee, I wonder if Thor's going to survive getting blasted by this just insane blast of nonsense.
But okay, so that sort of stuff, like, I totally get where you're coming from, but that is
so
more
that.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's fatigue from the genre as a whole, which I understand.
Hating ass James Cameron is right here with me, dude.
Yeah, and there are many people, like, it'll eventually wear out.
Oh yeah, it looks like it.
But, well, not
showing every 10 minutes. Yeah, biggest movie of all time, $650 million weekend. Internationally,
well,
dude. I don't know. I don't know.
So that's the thing, is, like, I also have been trying to, like, not. I feel it sucks because like for the Disorderly, you have to kind of, like, bury yourself in just limitless entertainment news. So
I read I read hundreds of headlines a day.
Yeah,
and it's a suffrage that it's a cross that I bear.
Yeah,
and I put a compilation of the worst headlines that I see. I was like, I'm just going to pick a day, Nick, and I'll send you all the worst headlines I see. And he couldn't believe it. He was like, you should do this. Should be a post.
What is, like, worst headline?
I know all about the teen moms. I know what Snooki's up to. I know one of the Jersey Shore guys did something inappropriate or something about Snooki.
Whoa.
I mean, just stuff that you're just bombarded by these outlets, dude. I gotta pick the nuggets. I gotta pick the gems out of just piles of Jurassic Park to Stegosaurus shit or whatever. What was it? Triceratops?
Triceratops.
Imagine my day is basically the giant pile of shit that the Triceratops is getting sick through, and I am basically Dr. Ellie, whatever, sticking my gloved arms up to the shoulder and then pulling out the infected, horrible blades of grass that are infecting, and then I repurpose those blades of grass, and then I publish them for you all. That's basically my life.
Wow.
That's basically it.
You make blogging sound so fucking glamorous.
It really is. But all right, let's get back to that. All right, what do we got? I got so many grievances. Was it too long?
I was going in it, like, and I want to clarify, I wasn't, like, that pumped to see it either. I think I'm always kind of pleasantly surprised because I'm expecting to get fatigue with these movies, and this one pleasantly surprised me. Maybe that was it too, like I just went in with no expectations and having not done a lot of research, but yeah, it didn't feel too long. Like I was expecting a longer movie, and it was probably, I don't know, maybe like 5-10 minutes could have been trimmed, but you had so much packed in there, it made sense. So no, I wasn't really feeling the fatigue.
It's wild, the stuff that they just glossed over. Like, Oh yeah, and you remember the whole setting for Guardians of the Galaxy? That movie y'all liked? Yeah, Xandar's just dead now. Yeah, they're just dead.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly is dead. They're just dead. Hey, what happened to like Valkyrie and Korg or Grog or whatever the hell?
Yeah, all the people at the end. Yeah,
they just died. Are they dead now? Is that just?
Yeah, I don't. I did not actually see Thor Ragnarok, so I was like very confused. You didn't see
Thor Ragnarok?
I meant to get around to seeing
God.
it before this one, but I got shit to do, man.
You should have taken that with you to the grave. Now no one is ever going to listen to this again.
Oh my God. Well, but like, so that was a good it's so brilliant how these movies have become like such a multimedia, like, you can't go, like, I wonder, there's got to be people out there who are like, I heard these Avengers movies are a big deal. I'm going to go see my first one, and just wondering what the fuck they're thinking. Like, because I was pretty,
about?
Like, you can't go into any of these movies. Like, the reason why, like, this movie worked is because you had all of this buildup from all the other movies over the years. So they didn't really spend any time doing any character building or development or anything like that, because they assume that you've seen at least some of the movies beforehand.
Right.
So, like, for instance, I didn't see Thor Ragnarok, so I was, like, pretty confused the first 5 minutes of the movie and just kind of had to take some things for granted, like, okay, they're in this situation now. But like, I still knew most of what was going on with the other movies, and I can only imagine just, if you've never seen a Marvel movie before, you're going to be like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know why I thought you'd be like pants at half mast, just in there, just 2 to 3 times on that Taika Waititi. I mean, you're a huge Taika Waititi dude, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really, I was excited to see it, but like you were saying, like, superhero fatigue, I'm excited to see it, but I also know there's going to be another one in 4 months.
But that was in a dead spot of Marvel stuff. There wasn't anything for like a while, right? Didn't they? I thought they dropped it kind of perfectly in, like, wasn't it winterish?
Probably. I mean, like, I know everyone else has seen it, but but the thing is, I'm not rushed to see it, because I know even if I tried to avoid it, if I like went to a third world country and tried to hide under a rock, somehow someone would like find a way to show it to me.
Yeah, they'd sell it to you on a disc for, how many baht or something, you know what I mean? It'd be fine.
Yeah. So, that's like how, when something like that is so ubiquitous and everywhere, like, I'm like not in a rush to see him that much, with the exception of this big clustercluck of a superhero movie.
Right.
But like, the Ant-Man movie that's coming out, I'll probably wait till it comes out on DVD, because
what a hater. What a hater.
What? I'm not even being a hater. I mean, are you excited about the next Ant-Man
I'm not
movie?
excited about anything almost anymore.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I'm just...
Motherfucker, why are you calling me a hater? You were just talking about how your life is digging through piles of shit.
The people. I got to get out there. They got to hear what the man has to say about it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. You're truly...
Listen,
I can hear you dragging your cross all the way up the fucking hill there, man.
Avengers, Avengers Infinity War, 1 nail in the left hand. Ant-Man and the Wasp, right nail in the right hand. And then Avengers 4 is going to be that giant-ass nail that you hit the combo, the feet, when they cross your feet over, and you're just slamming that nail into that.
Fucking,
That's it, baby.
Yeah. Well, what was Justice League? Was Justice League like the spear in your side?
Well, that was, I had a modicum of kind of curiosity. How is this nightmare going to go? You know what I mean? Like... Because it just all the drama behind it, I was like, I'm jazzed for it. Like, I'm solo jazzed, where I'm like, this could be horrible.
This could be a train wreck.
Oh, I can't wait.
No, I agree.
Oh, let me just see this, and that's fine. Listen, people. If I go into thinking something is going to be just a nightmare or train wreck, I'm not a savage. You know, I'm not a heartless son of a bitch. You know what I mean? How many directors did it go through? How many rewrites? Oh. Lawrence Kasdan and his son.
You kind of get like a morbid curiosity.
No, I'm nothing but I'm nothing if not fair. You know what I mean?
Well, it's also like, if it actually turns out to be good, then it's that much more of a like, kudos to those people.
You've pulled the coup of the century. This is Bruce the shark sinking to the ocean, and Spielberg, turning it
Figuring
on
out
its
a-
ear, and
getting at the booty.
reinventing, the genre, the action horror genre, and inventing the blockbuster because he couldn't get his damn shark to work. I'm listen, man, I'm all about it. You know what I mean? People come in and rescue stuff. Yeah.
You sure there's not just the littlest bit of like Schadenfreude?
No,
there,
not really. I don't really have it for Star Wars and stuff. I want it to be good. Like, I don't get any jollies out of seeing Star Wars be suck.
Have you liked any of the new Star Wars?
No, and that's the thing. I don't think the new trilogy is for me. I liked Rogue One. It's fine, and it's an expectations play, but then it's also just, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? There was so many things that I just didn't like tonally about The Force Awakens, that I didn't like about The Last Jedi, and I don't know. I was like, it's not a director thing, I don't think. It's just, I don't know if the direction, the feel, the whole idea of that whole concept and stuff. I just not into it. It's not clicking. Like, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't. I don't know. I mean, there's books that were written by, I'm sure, 29-year-old malcontents back in 1994 that feel more Star Wars than me. You know what I mean? It's lost to the ether of the extended universe or whatever the hell. But I don't. These movies don't feel right. The stupid casino riding a Harry Potter dog. It doesn't feel like Star Wars to me. It doesn't feel Star Wars. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. I don't know.
That particular scene felt like
Canto Bight,
like first trilogy Star Wars
prequels.
Movies,
Are you talking about the?
Yeah.
No, I don't know, man. And it's just, people want to dismiss it and like, oh, you hate women, or you're like, J.J. Abrams or Rian Johnson. It's like, they think all these people that hate The Last Jedi or whatever just are like weird, and I hate to see that, because it's like, sure, there are assholes out there that just hate that you invented female characters with nothing to do. That's fine. But like, you kind of did. You invented these, characters that just kind of don't have a whole lot to do. And then you admit that, like, oh yeah, Poe Dameron was supposed to go on an adventure with, Finn. But we just thought, why don't we just invent a character that, may play a little bit better in certain ways that we want to kind of portray. So why don't we just do that? And then it just doesn't kind of make sense. And I'm like, that's fine if you want to do that, but then it just doesn't really work, dude. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. It's but enough about my.
Dave's got a lot of things to get off his chest, guys.
No, it's just, I've ranted about him at length. You know what I mean? I've poor Damon Martin has heard it, man. He has heard my airing of grievances every Star Wars movie. Shout out to Damon Martin. Follow him on Twitter. Check out Nerdcore Movement, his website. And god damn it, I love that man. He just comes on and he loves everything. He's so positive. He is like, I am the Joker to his Batman, probably. Not even Batman. I don't even know. Maybe Batgirl. Who is supremely just positive? Maybe the Superman. I think I'm the Joker.
Superman is probably, yeah.
Because he's just an idealist. He's like, everything's great. Everything's great. I've never seen him really shit on everything, which is fine. He finds the good. I don't think it's just that he doesn't have good taste. I think he finds the good in whatever he's into, and he just is like, you know what, this was great because of these reasons. And I'm like, oh, it was horrible. It was terrible, and let me tell you why. You know what I mean? So he is.
No, those always make for the most interesting debates.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's a good post-movie talk or whatever.
Brutal. Anything else? Are you looking forward to the next one? I am.
You sound so convincing. I actually am. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to the next one. I could take or leave Ant-Man and what's after that? Marvel Girl.
Oh God,
I don't even know. That post credits scene did not really have
Captain Marvel.
Jazz. Captain Marvel.
You're not into it?
I mean, I don't know what the fuck to expect. I love Brie Larson, and I've seen some of those set photos, but like
in the green suit.
I don't know. Yeah. I know it's not the same suit as the comics. Jury's still out for me until they show a trailer, but probably I'll wait till the next Avengers.
It's a brilliant play. That's like, hey, why don't we just keep the slate rocking and rolling? We'll just have a prequel with Captain Marvel. We'll introduce her. She'll come in, rescue everyone somehow. And then Spider-Man gets to have Homecoming too.
what the fuck why is Captain Marvel so powerful? Like, what can she do that everyone else
Are you not a
can?
Captain Marvel comic reader?
Nah,
Nah.
I mean, like, I read some of them, and I tend to know about her through events and everything like that.
Right.
I know she's, what is she, part Kree or something like that, but I don't understand what she can do to Thanos that everyone else couldn't, right?
Yeah, no, I have no idea. I mean,
I don't know how she's more powerful than, say, the Hulk, or, she's super strong and can fly. That's all I really know about her, but...
it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
They're going to have quite the time of it because, he's...
I'm...
Doctor Strange knows. He's got that Riley old bastard. He's got a plan.
Yeah, and plus they also have a thing that can turn back time. There's numerous ways to write yourself out of this. I think in the comic book, like, they trick him to undo it or something too. They don't even, like, fight him. They just, pull a Mr. Mitzel Pitlick with him and get him to undo what he did. I can't remember.
He seems kind of dumb, right? Does Thanos seem dumb? Like, he almost seems a little dumb.
He seems very kind of emo. Like, I was expecting him to be more like laughing evilly, and he's spends a lot more time just kind of wistfully gazing out on sunsets.
I feel like Ebony Maw was like more evil. Like,
who is it?
He was the
Ebony
wizard.
Maw?
He was the wizard guy. He was the...
Oh, he was cool. I liked him.
No, I know. Yeah, I was glad to see him die in the first, second act or something, whatever the hell.
I was surprised he stuck around that long, honestly. And he was, like, surprisingly powerful too.
No,
like,
yeah.
like
people were kind of hating on that whole, I don't know, the Black Legion, right? Isn't that what they... I can't remember. Proxima Midnight, Glaive.
Yeah, Proxima Midnight, who is apparently Carrie Coon. I didn't even... This movie's got so many fucking famous people in there. They have, like... like, I love how they're just, like, everyone who they're trying to get their contracts up, or they kill in the first 5 minutes,
right.
like,
Loki.
Tom Hiddleston,
yeah.
and what's his name, the guy from The Wire?
Yeah, Edgar Silva.
Yeah, who's been very vocal about trying to not work for Marvel anymore.
Yeah. People are like, his eyes are the Soul Stone. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. So we still don't know what the Soul Stone does, right?
I don't know. I heard rumors or people guessing that Gamora might be trapped in the Soul Stone,
right.
so that might be how they'll resurrect her for the next one.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. You can't get rid of her. Yeah. That's why it's just, I'm like, all right, you're just, whatever. Let's get to it. Just, how are you going to just undo this whole thing? How nothing mattered, Eh.
It's a MacGuff. It's going to be 6 plots of MacGuffins, for 3 hours again. But
the greatest, the only thing that I enjoy about this whole thing is like, I didn't come up with this, people, but the people that have discovered that Spider-Man's agony was probably compounded exponentially by the fact that he has Spidey sense, so he could sense that he was going to die, which is actually pretty awesome.
God. Yeah,
I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty dark. You know what I mean? Poor Spider-Man, and that was probably the most brutal one to see him just
that was
away,
like
right?
pretty. Like, they definitely, like, drove home like, oh yeah, he is definitely still a fucking little kid.
It's so weird because it's like, that looks like Saving Private Ryan guy screaming for his mom compared to Samuel L. Jackson, who's like, motherfucker, and then he just disappears.
I definitely felt like that post-credit sequence, like, both him and Colby Smulders, it looked like they were, like, sleepwalking, like picking up their paycheck. Like, that kind of confused me, because wasn't Nick Fury in hiding or something?
Well,
like,
yeah, he's hiding pretty well, yeah.
Well,
I love
he
he's
hasn't
like,
been in a
hey, car crashes are happening. Oh, it could be terrorism? Could be half of humanity just got wiped out. I don't know, but let's call Captain Marvel.
Yeah, they're just very, very nonchalant. Just another day in this crazy world we live in, where the fucking world's getting attacked every other weekend.
So I never got into Left Behind or what's it called?
The Leftovers?
The Leftovers, right? So I don't know how it works, but I assume when the selections are made, there's a lot of just chaos, right? Of planes crashing and pilots going down and all kinds of nightmarish type things.
I've never gotten into either of those either, but it definitely seems like that's kind of the way it generally goes.
Nick says it's the most incredible thing he's ever seen or something. He will
The
the
Leftovers?
Leftovers. He is a just
Yeah.
hardcore Leftovers person.
I keep
so
hearing
I don't
people
know.
say that, but I
couldn't
also
make
keep
it.
people hearing. Well, I keep also hearing people say like, "But the first season kind of sucks." I'm like, man,
You gotta push.
I got the time.
No, it's like the Wheel of Time books, where they're like, "Listen, the first 6 books are like meh, but like when you hit book 7, and I'm like, dude, I couldn't make it through the first book. What do you mean? I
Yeah,
can't invest
yeah.
that kind of time.
Same thing. That is why I don't go see Thor Ragnarok.
That is not an
Like,
investment.
you got shit to do.
No, yeah, right,
I don't
yeah.
know. You got to pick and choose.
Oh
you know?
God, what are you talking about? It's a 90-minute movie. You're good. You can.
Man.
You got it.
I'm a busy man, man.
All right. Well, what else we got? Any final thoughts on this insanity?
No, I mean, if you're listening to this, likelihood is you've either gone to see it or you're going to see it. Like, this ain't really going to change anyone's mind. But
I think
I
they stopped
love it.
listening like 20 minutes ago, probably.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I think, you know, like I want to hate on Disney as much as I do, but I got to hand it to them. They do what they do well. So, and I am kind of interested to see what they're going to do with the next big movie star, colossal clusterfuck. So, yeah, it should be fun.
All right. Well, and that's really a testament. I hated it. You loved it, and we're still just going to hand them more money later.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing is it's not going to make a difference.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, that's the moral of the story, folks. Disney's always going to win. The house always wins.
Yeah, Disney owns you. You just don't know it yet,
No, I know.
so.
I know. I'm woke, dude. I'm woke as hell. What red is it? The red pill or the blue pill that you're supposed to take to get woke?
I think it's the blue pill because I think the red pill is the one that makes you like a racist Nazi.
Ooh,
can't
okay.
remember.
I don't want to be that one. What?
Yeah, take the blue pill.
Okay. All right. I want to be that one. I want to be not the crazy one. So,
Yeah.
with that, thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
And
thanks, guys.
Whatever, and we'll get back around whatever the next.
Whatever the next big movie. I guess.
What do we got up on the slate? You got any books? We got the Meg. You started reading the Meg yet?
Oh man, I wanted to until I saw that fucking trailer.
Oh, dude,
and I'm like,
you gotta.
This movie looks so dumb
You gotta
now.
read. Oh, yeah, but baby, that's the bit, dude. That is the bit. You read
Did
these
you read
terrible.
it?
No, I'm gonna read it.
I mean, I will read it. I will read it for the
that's
sake
the
of the
thing.
show. But actually, in preparation, speaking of Spider-Man and reading the books for the show, it's way out in the distance. But have you heard of this movie they're doing called Chaos Walking? It's got
It
Daisy
sounds
Ridley
familiar.
and
Who is in it?
it's gonna star Ray from Star Wars, Daisy Ridley, and
oh yeah, Tom.
Holland.
Yeah. No, it got it had a bunch of like production problems or something, right?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like an interesting
It's a
concept.
book.
I
It's
literally.
a book. It's a book theory. It's in my wish list, I think.
But and it's directed by the guy that did Edge of Tomorrow, who's a really solid director. So
Doug Liman?
Doug Liman's doing it.
Stop.
What, dude? Most of his movies are pretty good, except for whatever Jumper. That was kind of a pile of shit. But aside from that, he's got a pretty solid track record.
You know, Doug Liman's just a rich kid, right? Like his dad.
I
Literally,
know.
Like he's like Hollywood royalty. His dad is like a Hollywood bigwig attorney that represented all these crazy people. Basically, the only reason he's a movie director.
Okay, and the only reason the guy that played Han Solo got that part got famous is because Steven Spielberg, he like did a skit at Steven Spielberg's friend's bat mitzvah, and he saw him and like was like, "Give this kid a job." That's the way Hollywood
pure
works.
discovery, dude. That's just
Yeah.
shout out to
I
him.
guess.
I'll side with Aaron Alaric or whatever his name is over Doug Liman any day. Did you watch that Tom
I
Cruise
don't know.
movie, the Barry Seal movie?
I didn't, but I like all of Doug Liman's other movies aside from Jumper or whatever the hell it's called. But yeah, he has a good energy to them. And come on, like Edge of Tomorrow was really good, right?
I don't remember how it ended. I read the book.
Live, Died, Repeat. No. Edge of Tomorrow, the one with Tom Cruise where he
Yeah.
keeps on dying. Over and over
No,
again?
I read the book. It's
Oh, right, it's an anime. Right?
All You Need Is Kill. No, I mean it's a manga.
Sorry.
It's a manga. So what's he doing? Oh God, Jason.
Well,
born. I mean,
I highly suggest you do Edge of Tomorrow because it's a really good fucking movie. But yeah, so I'm reading that, and I think I know Charlie Kaufman just
he directed 2 episodes of The OC. Shout out. The Bourne Identity.
did
I mean,
he?
he's all over the place.
Yeah, but I mean, like those
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, I mean, he always has
yeah.
really good action scenes in it. Like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, dumb movie, but it has a few good action scenes in it. He did that movie Go back in the day, which I think is a very underrated movie. If anyone's ever seen that,
Always confuse it with The Way of the Gun, and then I realize it's not The Way of the Gun, and I go, yeah, I don't care.
yeah, that's another really good underrated movie. But
Can you say the famous line? Can you say it?
From Way of the Gun?
You know it.
Are you talking about the Sarah Silverman one?
Just say the line, and that'll be the sign off. That's the last thing people hear.
I don't know what the famous line is.
Oh my god, you're just yeah, the Sarah Silverman line.
I'm gonna fuck start your head. I can't remember. It's like a long string.
It's a lengthy. I think it's tell that dumb C to shut the F up before I F start her head. I think that's it.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, you should have said that, man. You got it down. Clearly, you're a fan.
I just try to pay attention. Just trying to pay attention. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much.
Okay. See you, true believers.
There you go. Bye, guys.